being here.
I
Now,
wish I could kiss you.
Yeah.
I was actually, the time I did that the first time that you just saw, I went back there and went, what have I done? What came over me? Who am I? It was wonderful. I loved every minute of it. But
Sally Margaret Field came into the world on November 6, 1946, in Pasadena, California. Field matured in a household intimately linked to the entertainment realm. Her mother, Margaret Field, worked as an actress, while her stepfather, Jock Mahoney, was also a recognized actor and stuntman. These early influences, combined with Southern California's dynamic cultural atmosphere, helped cultivate her artistic inclinations and furnished her with an insider's comprehension of the obstacles and benefits of a show business existence. Field initially achieved prominence in the 1960s with her breakthrough character in the cheerful television sitcom Gidget, 1965 to 1966. Despite the program lasting merely one season, her depiction of the energetic, youthful, and accessible teenager transformed her into a familiar name. She continued this achievement with another legendary TV character in The Flying Nun, 1967 to 1970, where she portrayed Sister Bertrill, an eccentric novice nun whose habit enabled her to literally soar. Although the concept proved whimsical and occasionally restrictive, Field's innate appeal and comedic precision sustained the program and established her position as among television's most beloved personalities of that period. As her profession evolved, however, Field experienced the aspiration to escape the conventional characters that had characterized her early years. Resolved to be regarded seriously as a dramatic performer, she trained intensively, including at the Actors Studio with the iconic Lee Strasberg. Her determination proved fruitful when she assumed more intricate and challenging characters, establishing her remarkable versatility. Her interpretation in the television film Sybil, 1976, where she portrayed a young woman battling dissociative identity disorder, represented a transformative instance. The character demanded tremendous emotional concentration. Field's authentic, courageous interpretation secured her an Emmy Award and extensive critical recognition. It positioned her as a serious performer, capable of managing demanding material, and permanently altered her career trajectory. The late 1970s and 1980s signaled a golden period for Field, during which she became among Hollywood's most esteemed leading actresses. She claimed her first Academy Award for Best Actress for her character in Norma Ray, 1979, where she embodied a working-class Southern woman who becomes an impassioned labor union organizer. The production not only demonstrated her capabilities as a performer, but also connected with audiences for its compelling social statement. Just several years afterward, Field claimed her second Oscar for Best Actress for her character in Places in the Heart, 1984, a touching narrative set during the Great Depression. Her acceptance remarks for the award featured the now renowned phrase, "You like me, right now, you like me," a moment that has since become among the most unforgettable in Academy Awards chronicle. Throughout the decades, Field persisted in equilibrating her profession between cinema, television, and stage, establishing her flexibility and dedication to her craft. She participated in an extensive spectrum of productions, including Smokey and the Bandit, 1977, Steel Magnolias, 1989, Mrs. Doubtfire, 1993, and Forrest Gump, 1994. Each time creating a lasting impression on audiences with her capacity to contribute warmth, relatability, and dimension to her characters. On television, she continued excelling with characters in programs such as Brothers and Sisters, 2006 to 2011, securing her another Emmy Award. She also established herself on the Broadway platform, appearing in productions such as The Glass Menagerie, where reviewers commended her theatrical presence. Her subsequent career has proven equally remarkable. In 2012, she received widespread recognition for her depiction of Mary Todd Lincoln in Steven Spielberg's Lincoln, a character that secured her an Academy Award nomination. Even in her 70s, she has maintained steady work, exhibiting an persistent enthusiasm for storytelling and performance. Beyond her professional accomplishments, Field has also been respected for her genuinity, frankness, and strength in her personal existence. She has been transparent about the challenges she has confronted, including battles with self-doubt, Hollywood's pressures, and personal connections. In 2018, she published her memoir, In Pieces, in which she openly chronicled her life journey, her professional peaks and valleys, and her personal challenges, including complicated family relationships and her personal journey towards self-understanding. The volume was lauded for its authentic honesty and emotional resonance, much like her acting. Sally Field's personal journey through love and family. Sally Field's personal existence has frequently been a subject of public fascination, not merely because of her celebrity as a performer, but also due to the unique trajectories her relationships and family have followed alongside her profession. Field initiated her first marriage in 1968 when she married Stephen Craig. At that moment, Field remained in the initial phases of her acting career, having captured national attention with her breakthrough character in Gidget and subsequently in The Flying Nun. Her marriage to Craig represented a stabilizing element in her life, offering her a sense of security while she navigated Hollywood's rapid-paced realm. Although their connection faced its portion of challenges, leading to their separation in 1973 and ultimate divorce in 1975, the years they shared together proved profoundly meaningful for Field because it was during this period that she became a mother for the first occasion. The pair had 2 sons, both of whom proceeded to establish themselves in creative domains, reflecting their mother's artistic influence. Their first child, Peter Craig, was born in 1969. Peter gradually immersed in a world surrounded by storytelling and filmmaking, and as an adult, he directed that inspiration into becoming a novelist and screenwriter. His work has received recognition in Hollywood, where he has composed or contributed to significant productions, including The Town, 12 Strong, and Top Gun: Maverick. Their second son, Eli Craig, born in 1972, inherited an affection for cinema as well, though he leaned toward performance and direction. Eli has become known for his work as both an actor and filmmaker, with accomplishments that include directing the cult favorite horror comedy Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. For Field, motherhood always represented a defining aspect of her identity, and she often balanced Hollywood's demands with her commitment to raising Peter and Eli, ensuring her children experienced as normal an upbringing as feasible despite the spotlight's glare. Following her marriage to Craig's conclusion, Field's personal life took another direction when she initiated a prominent relationship with actor Burt Reynolds in 1976. Their romance swiftly captured the public's imagination, partly because they represented one of Hollywood's most glamorous couples of the late 1970s and early 1980s.
Field and Reynolds were not merely romantically engaged, but also professional partners, co-starring in 4 productions together: Smokey and the Bandit, 1977, its sequel, Smokey and the Bandit 2, 1980, the dark comedy The End, 1978, and the action comedy Hooper, 1978. Their on-screen chemistry reflected their real-life passion, and the pair became among the most discussed duos in both cinema and tabloids. However, like numerous Hollywood connections, theirs proved complicated. Although they cared profoundly for each other, their contrasting personalities and fame's pressures generated tension. Following 4 years together, the couple officially separated in 1980, yet their bond remained substantial enough that they maintained an on-and-off connection until 1982, when they finally concluded things permanently. Reynolds, particularly, would subsequently speak candidly about his lasting affection for Field, frequently calling her the one that got away. For Field, though their romance ultimately didn't endure, it represented a significant and formative segment in her existence, one that influenced her personal path as significantly as it affected her professional trajectory. In 1984, Field elected to take another step toward constructing a family existence when she married her second husband, film producer Alan Greisman. This union signaled a fresh period for her, and together they welcomed a son, Samuel "Sam" Greisman, born in 1987. Unlike his older half-brothers, Sam pursued a profession largely outside Hollywood's spotlight, though he has explored writing and directing, establishing his personal trajectory. Field has frequently spoken proudly of Sam and has also been publicly supportive of him, particularly when he came out as gay, with Field emerging as an advocate for LGBTQ+ rights, reflecting the profound connection she maintains with her children. Despite their efforts to construct a lasting marriage, Field and Greisman ultimately divorced in 1994. While the separation proved undoubtedly challenging, it reinforced a recurring motif in Field's existence: her exceptional resilience and capacity to balance personal obstacles with her continuous professional achievement. Throughout her marriages, connections, and maternal role, Sally Field has consistently demonstrated that her private existence has been as abundant and intricate as the characters she has embodied on screen. Each segment, from her early years with Stephen Craig, to her whirlwind romance with Burt Reynolds, to her marriage with Alan Greisman, influenced her, not merely as a performer, but also as a woman who embraced affection, endured heartbreak, and ultimately discovered fulfillment in her maternal role to 3 sons who reflect her creativity and resilience in their distinctive manners. Field's emotional revelation about Robin Williams. At 78 years old, Sally Field has experienced a lengthy and remarkable existence filled with personal achievements, heartbreaks, and a profession that has secured her a lasting place in Hollywood chronicle. In recent years, she has arrived at a point of contemplation where she feels more comfortable sharing frank truths about her existence and the individuals who touched it most profoundly. Among the most surprising and emotional disclosures came when she discussed her connection with the late Robin Williams, the exceptional actor and comedian whose presence, both on and off screen, created an unforgettable impression on generations of spectators. In her own words, Field confessed just how intricate her feelings were toward Williams. Quote, "I genuinely loved him, but it wasn't like a romance. It was more complicated than that," she disclosed, opening up about how their existences intersected both professionally and personally. Their trajectories crossed most memorably on the set of the treasured 1993 production Mrs. Doubtfire, where Field portrayed Miranda Hillard, the ex-wife of Williams' character. For millions of moviegoers, the chemistry between the two proved undeniable. They argued, they exchanged banter, and yet underneath everything, there was an affection that seemed authentic, almost too genuine to simply be scripted. Field acknowledged that this intimacy was not merely acting, it reflected the profound and complex connection she maintained with Williams during that period. Field also recognized that her feelings were colored with sorrow and remorse. She said, quote, "I miss him tremendously, but I also recognize that I didn't always express the things I should have expressed when he was alive," she confessed with disarming vulnerability. This manner of openness is something Field has embraced in her subsequent years, speaking candidly about the guilt that can accompany losing someone too prematurely. For her, Robin Williams was not merely a scene partner, but also a companion with whom she maintained an uncommon manner of emotional closeness, even if it wasn't the conventional manner of love narrative people frequently expected.
She remembered how collaborating with Williams resembled stepping into another realm. His consciousness was lightning swift, saturated with endless concepts, jokes, and eruptions of vitality that could leave everyone on set breathless.
Robin was exhausting in the most wonderful way, Field stated. He would make you laugh until your stomach ached, and then just when you believed he couldn't surprise you anymore, he would express something so sensitive, so gentle, that it would shatter your heart. For her, that represented the essence of Williams, the comedian and the poet, the whirlwind and the tranquility, all contained in one individual. Yet beneath the happiness, Field confessed, she constantly perceived an undercurrent of suffering in Williams, something that made her instinctively protective of him. I could observe the sorrow even when he was making everyone laugh, she clarified. He wore it like a shadow, one that never completely departed him. Reflecting back now with the outlook that age and experience contribute, Field regrets not reaching out more extensively, not attempting harder to alleviate that weight. She stated that occasionally she wonders if he ever genuinely comprehended how loved and treasured he was, not merely by the world, but by the individuals who stood nearest to him. Her reflections on Williams weren't merely about sorrow, but also about appreciation. "I'm so fortunate that I got to know him the manner I did," she stated gently. "He wasn't merely a genius, he was a profoundly human soul, and I believe that's what individuals witnessed on screen. Someone who could make them laugh and cry within the identical breath, because that's who he genuinely was." For Field, Robin Williams remains a reminder of the delicate equilibrium between illumination and darkness, and of the significance of expressing the things we frequently withhold until it proves too late. Now at 78, Sally Field has determined she no longer desires to withhold. By finally sharing these truths about Robin Williams, she is not merely paying homage to a companion she cherished, but also providing a lesson about affection, honesty, and time's fleeting nature. Her statements function as both a celebration of Williams' brilliance and a sincere confession of her personal, incomplete conversations with him, a reminder to all of us to express our truths before the opportunity disappears. Field's journey through depression. In her frank memoir, Sally Field opened up about a profoundly vulnerable segment of her existence, disclosing that during her late teenage years, she endured what she characterized as severe depression. This wasn't a temporary sadness or a brief struggle, but rather a substantial and overwhelming emotional burden that influenced nearly every dimension of her existence. For Field, these years were distinguished by an inner turbulence that she frequently couldn't articulate to others, and like numerous young people at that age, she felt isolated in her suffering. The pressure of attempting to discover who she genuinely was, combined with the insecurities and uncertainties that naturally accompanied that transition from adolescence into adulthood, created a perfect storm of emotional distress. Field clarified that her depression was accompanied by what she called this urgency, this anxiety, this need to discover something that was festering in me. Those statements captured the restless energy she carried within herself, as though she was searching for an outlet or a means to express emotions too substantial to contain. It wasn't just sadness, but a persistent feeling of incompleteness, a sense that her spirit was pushing against invisible barriers, yearning for freedom, clarity, and purpose. The anxiety she referenced frequently manifested as a relentless questioning of her personal value and identity. It was as though she recognized there was something significant waiting to emerge inside her, but she had no map to follow and no guarantee that she would ever find what it was.